Hello, everybody, and welcome to My Thoughts Exactly. Shiawasena Haru. To all my Japanese friends, a happy spring. And welcome to my 100th show. I can't believe My Thoughts Exactly is turning 100. I started this show in May of 2019 just on a whim that a friend of mine said, do a weekly YouTube show. And I said, okay, I will, because I love to take a dare. And I've been enjoying doing this and doing the interviews and going to really cool and wonderful places. So here's to the 100th episode and many, many more to come. I can't believe it. We're almost starting year 3. This has been an amazing, amazing week. Now, we've all heard of pop up shops, those shops that pop up here and there around the holiday time. Well, now there's pop up shots. Vaccination sites are opening up all over the place. And yesterday, Kirk and I got an email from the Pride Center at Equality Park in Wilton Manors that they were doing vaccinations. They had gotten doses of the Pfizer vaccine and they were putting out a call for volunteers to help direct the traffic and help direct people into the building. So Kirk and I answered the call and we went yesterday and we worked all day at the Pride Center. Here's a photograph of us with Christopher Fagenbush, who is the Chief Operating Officer, who is so terrific. Christopher did a wonderful job on short notice getting the word out about these vaccines and vaccinations. Members of the armed forces were there as well to help coordinate. Nobody was turned away, and we gave out over 200 vaccinations of the Pfizer vaccine on short notice. Christopher said in a week they're getting more vaccines in, so Kirk and I plan to go back to the Pride Center in about a week to help out again, because it really is a wonderful thing. And when you're called to service, what do? You go. You show up. Another thing that Kirk and I did this week, which was also really wonderful, was we took a ride to the Coral Springs Center of the Arts, where there is a Coral Springs Museum. They have 2 current exhibitions there, which were quite wonderful. And while I sit here at my Joan Crawford desk and have my cup of coffee, let's take a ride over to the Coral Springs Museum. What began in late 1996 as a city project to build a comprehensive recreation and community center soon turned into the Coral Springs Center for the Arts, which encompasses a 30,000 square foot theater and art museum, which we shall see in a moment. The museum's tribute to the Everglades, a 54 by 17 foot handcrafted wall showcasing the habitat and beauty of the Florida Everglades through over 7,000 3-inch by 3-inch relief ceramic clay tiles, lends to the ecological aesthetic of the outdoor galleries. The main exhibit at the Coral Springs Museum is called Diaspora, and it runs through May 1st. And on May 1st, there'll be a workshop dealing with diaspora. Diaspora is all about movement and change and the immigrant experience in this country and around the world. It's a very powerful exhibit, and I highly recommend it. There are some amazing pieces in this exhibit, including the one right here to my left, which is done by Juan Jose Celo, which is called Vientos. It's oil on canvas. Artist Maria Lino is a multidisciplinary artist who focuses her work on the overlooked people, mostly women, children, and immigrants, who have been displaced through diasporas. In this piece, she uses cotton and other fabric to create a textile hung on the wall that shows immigrant people displaced and sleeping outside. This is another piece by Maria Lino. It's a tapestry entitled Refugees Enclosed. Artist Sonia Baez Hernandez hung 6 bodysuits on flagpoles to contextualize the inclusion of women from political rights. The indigenous women, white, African American, Latinas, Asian American women. The piece is entitled Diaspora, Dispersion, and Resistance. In addition to the Diaspora exhibit, there's also the 2021 Superintendent's Advanced Placement Studio Art Exhibition. All the work that I'm standing in front of is done by high school students in Broward County. Now, I went to the High School of Art and Design in New York back in 1975, and sure, we did amazing work. There was silkscreen classes, there was photography classes, there was fine art and oil paint classes. But this work right here, well, this has blown me away. I mean, this work is really advanced work. I mean, for a 12th grader, Jackie Ladew, Jackie, this is pretty awesome. And wait, this one over here, Javier Beggs, grade 12. I mean, we never did anything like that in high school. I love pop art, and I love cartoons, and I love graphic art. So this wall right here is all digital cartoon art, which just makes me very happy. This piece here is done by Saria Belazare, grade 12, from the Cooper City High School. I just love the colors in this. This is such a fantastic piece. Over here we have Mikhail Morrison, grade 10, The Life You're Taught. The attention to detail in this piece is just remarkable. There's Spider-Man over there, the months of the year. Even the way that's cropped off, it's such a really, really well-composed piece for a 10th grader. And the last piece of digital art, which is really super cool, is by Jimena Carbajal, grade 11, from Coral Springs Charter School, called Spooky Tales. Ooh. The first place prize on the right was won by Andrea Parra, grade 12, from MacArthur High School, called Masquerade of Color. It's in color pencil. Second prize was won by Alexa Correa, grade 12, from the Stoneman Douglas High School, Joie de Vivre, in charcoal. And the third place prize went to Kylie Grimm, grade 12, from Northeast High School, Tracks, oil on panel. I'm standing in front of the piece that won Best in Show. This piece was explained to me by Petra, who is the operations manager here, was burnt on wood. And then this is a digital print of that, but this was all a wood panel that this handprint was burnt on, and it was done by a 12th grader, Katina Chang, from the Cypress Bay High School. It's called Jewelry. It's an amazing piece. Out of all the sculpture pieces, my favorite was Iana Agrapova's grade 12 piece, Take Me In. It's kind of, I don't know, creepy in a very good way, and it reminds me a lot of Edvard Munch's The Scream. Now, you may be wondering why I call this the Joan Crawford writing desk. Well, I'll tell you. When Kirk and I moved into this apartment last year, we decided to do the whole apartment in mid-century modern, which is our favorite period, our favorite style. So I scoured the internet looking for just the right pieces on eBay and First Dibs and all these other websites that I could find, Cherish and Crate and Barrel for new items, and anything that was mid-century modern that we went with. And one of the things I found was this writing desk that came with the chair. Here's a picture of it from the original posting that I saw on First Dibs or eBay, I can't remember which one. And it was so beautiful. It's a Hayward Wakefield desk from the 1950s. The desk has a little side bookshelf. There's a long drawer on the front of the desk, and there's two other drawers, and one of them is for file cabinets, for files, for flat files, or not flat files, but hanging files. And I always imagined when I got the desk and I sat at it for the first time, I always imagined that this desk had once belonged to Joan Crawford, and it was in her Park Avenue apartment, and she sent back letters to all her fans who wrote to her and sent them autographed pictures sitting at this desk. I don't know why, it just popped into my head. So I call it the Joan Crawford writing desk. Anyway, thank you so much for being here to say goodbye to episode 100. And here comes episode 101, a silly millimeter longer. Now, some of you may remember that little jingle from the old Benson and Hedges cigarette commercial, which they don't have anymore, thank goodness. And thank you to all you young artists out there whose work is on display at the Coral Springs Museum. Keep going. Your work is amazing. You blew Kirk and I away. I have never seen such amazing work by wonderful high school students such as yourselves. So here's to you. Here's to My Thoughts Exactly, episode 101 coming up. And if you like the show, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. We are a family here at My Thoughts Exactly, so join the family. Thanks, everybody. See you. Bye.